Do you want to learn the best concept in day trading? Well, welcome to today's video. In today's video, what we are going to be doing is I'm going to teach you the best concept that there is. This completely changed my trading forever. And this right here is called AMD or PO3. Accumulation, manipulation, distribution, or power of three. Now, what we're going to go through is how to use this on the higher time frames, how to use this on the lower time frames, how to identify it correctly, and how to maximize and make the most out of it, and obviously make a ridiculous amount of money. So let's get right into it. Okay, now what is AMD? Well, AMD is simply a manner or a way in which the market moves. And when I say the market, what am I talking about? I am talking about everything. AMD applies to Forex, it applies to crypto, it applies to indices. You name it, you can use it. You can use AMD. However, what do I prefer to do? I prefer to use it on the Nasdaq and the S&P 500. Now, this pattern appears a lot of the time, and let's run through what it is. So, this right here is AMD. We firstly have this first stage, which is what we call accumulation. This is where the market is stuck within a range and it is going sideways. As you can see, we're going up, down, up, down, up, down, and we are just going sideways. This is what we call chop, right? This is what we call chop a lot of the time. Now, this is step one. Now, what is step two? Step two is where we get the manipulation move. Now, the manipulation move is where we either come to the downside or come to the upside and take out either the lows or the highs within the accumulation, right? In this case, this is a bullish example. So we manipulate to the downside and we take out these lows. Now, what is the third and final step? The third and final step is distribution. Now, this is the part that gets everyone because this is where we manipulate and then get a reversal and get that distribution in the opposite direction. The purpose of this is to stop out and completely fake out the people taking sells and then get that lovely reversal and that continuation in the opposite direction. So this move right here is what we call distribution. Right, now the real question is, Seb, how do we use this? How can we use this and how am I going to make money using this method? Well, it's as simple as this. We can use this in two forms. A, we can use this on the higher time frames, allowing us to determine what our bias is and understand the overall direction of the market. And we can use it for B, which is actual entries. We can use this on the lower time frame, the 1 minute, the 5 minute. And this allows us to catch those precise, clean entries and make sure that we are catching this distribution, which is the ultimate target to make the most of this massive move. Now, hold up. I know it's looking all too good to be true. It's like, okay, cool. I just see this simple pattern and just like that, I've made money. No. There is a key thing that you need to understand when trying to apply this concept right here. And it's that this manipulation move, you need to know that it is a manipulation. Sometimes we're just going to get a breakout and we're going to get a continuation. And you're going to be sat there on your hands waiting for that reversal, waiting to catch that distribution that never comes. And that's going to make you miss amazing entries. So here is what you need to do. You need to understand when this movement down or the movement up is a manipulation and not just a breakout and a continuation. And that is what I'm about to explain to you because this is extremely important. So when we get this manipulation move, when we are forming this AMD model, how do we know that this is a manipulation and not just a breakout and a continuation? And it's as simple as this. When we manipulate, we are going to typically get that reversal and that distribution once we manipulate into a key area. Once we manipulate into a key area and then show signs of a reversal. Now, what is a key area? A key area is liquidity. A key area is a fair value gap. A key area is equilibrium. These are all concepts that I have taught you guys in previous videos. And I'm about to go through multiple examples showcasing how this manipulation occurs and how it comes into a key area, and then we get those confluences for that reversal, and then ultimately we catch that massive distribution move. Okay, perfect. Right here we have a great example of AMD, and I'm about to show you how this works. So, can you see it? Well, if you said this right here, then you would be correct. Now, let me run you through why this is an AMD. Well, we can see that we firstly have this accumulation move, right? We can see that the market is stuck within this range as we are going up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, and we are stuck moving sideways. That is the A, the accumulation. Then what do we get next? We see that price comes down and we get this manipulation move. Afterwards, we can then see that we get this reversal and we get this distribution to the upside. Now, how did we know that this was a manipulation move and how can we use this to make money? Well, remember what I said at the start. A manipulation move is a manipulation move when we come down into a key area. Now, what is a key area? A key area could be a sweep of liquidity. And as we can see, we have this low right here. We can see that the market comes down, takes out this low, and then gives us a reversal. Now, what else do we have? Well, we actually have this gap right here. Now, this is a new week opening gap. And a new week opening gap is the difference between where the market closes on Friday and where it opens at Sunday night. Now, here is the thing. A new week opening gap is simply an imbalance. It is a gap or a void in the market which needs to be filled. So as we can see, once we accumulate, we manipulate to take out this key area, which is this low. We also refill in this imbalance, and then we get this reversal. Now, how do we want to take buys in this case? Well, we simply want to look for reasons to take buys. Now, I'm going to do this on the hourly time frame. So what can I identify? Well, I can see that right here, we have a bearish hourly fair value gap. So what am I going to wait for? Well, I'm going to wait for this to get inversed so that the market demonstrates to me that it wants to go higher. So do we get the inversion on this candle? No. However, we do get it on this candle with this strong bullish candlestick closure. So just like that, that's the market telling me that we want to get a reversal. That is a bullish confluence. And as we can see after, bang, 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 buys, 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 and so on and so on. Right, now let's head over to the 4-hour time frame and see if we can find another example. And it looks like there's a case right here of AMD. So why is this AMD? Well, we can see that the market accumulates within this range, right? We are chopping, we are going sideways, and we're not either in an uptrend or in a downtrend. Now, what then happens? Well, we can see that the market comes down and takes out the lows within this accumulation, right? So this right here is a potential manipulation move. Now, how do we know that it's a manipulation move? Well, it's a manipulation move if we come into a key area. So as we can see, the market comes down, we take out this low right here, meaning we have swept liquidity, we have gathered those resting orders, and then what can we see? Bang, bullish rejection. Now, do we want to take buys right here? No, we want the market to showcase and demonstrate to me that we are bullish. So how do I do that? Well, I simply wait for some of my confluences. So let's mark out what we've got right here. Well, if we look very closely, we can see that we have this 4-hour bearish fair value gap. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to wait for the market to inverse that to demonstrate that the buyers are in control. And as we can see right here at this 11 p.m. candle, bang, we get this inversion. Once we get this inversion, that tells me that the buyers are now in control. So I am then interested in looking for some buys. And as you can see, we would have caught this absolutely lovely distribution move, making us a lot of money. Now, this is very important that you understand this. This analysis is done on the 4-hour time frame. I am not a swing trader, so I am not going to take a trade right here based purely off a 4-hour analysis. However, what is this going to allow me to do? And what is this going to help me to do? Well, as you can see, this expansionary or this distribution move happens from Monday to Wednesday. Well, because I know that we are in the distribution phase from Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, what am I going to be looking for? I'm simply going to be looking for buys, right? Because I know that we are in the higher time frame distribution phase. So that's why I'm going to simply wait for my model, look for some buys, and 9 times out of 10, and I'm pretty certain they would have played out because buys, 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 catching that whole entire move. So that is how you use AMD on the higher time frames to allow you to determine your bias on the lower time frames. Okay, well, we've gone through how to use and identify AMD on the higher time frames, right? And that is what allows you to determine your higher time frame bias and then look for those entries on the lower time frames. Now, What are we going to do now? Well, we are going to go through how to use AMD on the lower time frames, right? We can see in this case right now on the NASDAQ, this is on the 1 minute time frame. And this is going to allow us to catch those pinpoint precise entries. So let's go right through how you could have caught this massive trade using AMD. So what can I see? What can I identify? Well, looking at the market right here, just after market open at 3:15 the UK time, we have this accumulation. It's not much. It's not a massive chop. It's not a massive accumulation, but nevertheless, it is an accumulation, right? We can see that the market is stuck within this range and we are going side to side, side to side. Now, what do we then get? We then get this movement down, breaking out from the range. Now, how do we know that this is a manipulation? Correct. We have to come into a key area. Now, what is a key area? A sweep of liquidity, a fill of an imbalance, or a pullback into equilibrium. So let's see if we do any of those. Well, yes, we can see that we do sweep liquidity because price comes down and we take out this low. What else do we have? Do we have a fill of an imbalance? Yes, we do. We can see that we have this unfilled 1 minute bullish fair value gap and it has not been filled yet. So what does the market do? It manipulates into this key area, taps into this bullish fair value gap, sweeps out this liquidity, gives us a rejection. And then all you simply have to do is, if you're comfortable, take the trade, or if you want to wait for a couple more confluences, wait for those to happen. And as you can see, that would have allowed you to catch this absolutely beautiful move targeting the liquidity resting just above these highs right here. And all of this was using AMD. Does that make sense? To summarize, guys, AMD is an amazing concept. This is something that you guys should be using in your trading on both the higher timeframes and the lower timeframes, because when it does set up and it does play out, it is absolutely beautiful. But just keep in mind, identify those manipulation legs. Identify whether they are a manipulation or a breakout and a continuation. And that is what's going to allow you to catch these massive distribution moves pretty much all of the time. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure to show some love, drop a comment, support, follow, subscribe. Appreciate all you guys for watching this video. Make sure to use AMD in your trading moving forward. And if you have any questions, feel free to let me know. Catch you guys in a bit. Peace.